Welcome back to my channel, Leo. To both my new subscribers and my current subscribers, you're always appreciated. So much love and thank you out to all those that follow. Please remember these are general readings. Only take what resonates. If the reading doesn't speak to you for the 2-week period of June 1st through to the 15th, this will be career, money, finance only for you, Leo. I will do some other readings that are more general following this video, but this will be just for career, money, finance for the 2-week period of the June 1st to the 15th. So again, allow some flexibility on the time frames because you are all at different stages along the journey. So not everybody is going to be making the same decisions within, the first 2 weeks of June. Okay, so I should also mention, I did have one of my subscribers on another one of my reads mention that they would prefer me to shuffle the cards before the reading. So I do like to take some time to interpret the cards and look for the connections. And I am certainly trying to scale down my videos from the previous 2 hours and 20 minutes to at least 20 minutes or less. So hopefully this goes well because I am going to have to add the shuffling of the cards at the beginning of the video here. And then there's my little intro here. But if this works well for you, please let me know in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions. I do get bored with some of the same old as well. So I am going to give this a go. And I do appreciate the suggestions, and I do try to make things work. Like I say, I get bored, so it's important for me to try to shift it up a little bit too. So I am working with a small little space here. Until I'm able to shift my space, I am going to have to work with what I've got. So I am going to pull a few cards, get some clarifiers as I go. And then I will put them into groups for the sake of the area that I'm working within. And I will throw in a few road trips as well. So I'll try to shuffle here while I continue talking. But yeah, I'm going to try to throw in a few road trips here as well as it gets warmer out for you, Leo. Sometimes it's just nice to have a change of scenery out there. Wild animals, swarm of bugs, that kind of thing. I like to hear the birds and definitely love the sounds of rushing water. It's all very peaceful and it's just nice to get out and about sometimes. So anyway, I did do a little pre-shuffle before this, and I will shuffle again here in front of you just to allow you to trust but verify. You know that the cards are what I pull for the 2-week period of June 1st to the 15th, 2021. And I also will then pause the video following that just to reflect on the card connections and then review with you what I have for that 2-week period. So hopefully I can stay to my time target, but I will stay quiet for a few minutes here while I concentrate and then ask my guides for assistance with the energy. So for your entertainment, there will be the sound of passing cars, bird noises, real world sounds in the background because I do have the window open. But I'm just going to go quiet here for just a second. Hopefully none of these cards fall out of order and fly into my flames here with the candles burning. But anyway, doing my best. It's kind of an awkward shuffle, so if it looks a little odd on camera, just be aware. I'm trying to do my best here. Okay, so I'll pull clarifiers for these as well, but for the moment, the cards that I have here, I'll just take them forward in the order that they fell out. Okay, it looks like it's a little bit of a stressful time for you. So again, I'll pull clarifiers to see just how it all relates here, but we've got the Seven of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles, we've got the Two of Swords, we also have the Tower, and we've got the Lover's card and the World card. So at a quick glance, I mean, it does look like you've got some challenges here. Certainly a feeling of lack, a decision to be made, and some kind of a upset around a partnership as well. But it does look like it's going to be the end of the cycle of some sort in that first 2-week period. So what we'll do is we'll then pull the clarifiers for each of these. So the clarifier for the Seven of Cups, okay, I felt like pulling quite a few here on this one. So we've got the Queen of Cups, we've got the Four of Wands, and we've got the Death card. And again, these are all clarifiers. So I'm just going to put them in the order that they came out. So these will be in groups. Okay, so the next card out, and again, these will be clarifiers for the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so the clarifiers for the Five of Pentacles is the King of Swords, the Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Hierophant. So I'm just going to put this into the second group here. Okay, so the next card out is the Two of Swords, and we'll get clarifiers for that. I think what I'll do is maybe light the candles afterwards. This is making me nervous, thinking that something is going to fly out here shortly and catch fire. Okay, well, that's a good card. We've got the Ten of Cups with the Two of Swords. Okay, so we've also got the King of Wands. So that's our third group. And then we've got the Tower moment. Tower isn't always a bad card, but okay, just as a quick glance, I mean, that was the Ten of Swords that fell out, so I'll just keep that in the back of my mind. Actually, maybe we'll put it in here anyway, just as a, because it looks like it's a completing cycle. It doesn't look like it looks like you've reached some kind of difficult time. Whoops. Okay, and we also have the Fool card. Yeah, it does look like you've reached some conclusion here for that first 2-week period, leaving some hardship behind. Okay, so I just wanted to pull the bottom card out with that. Okay, so we've got the Tower. I'm going to take that Ten of Swords, and the next card out was the Fool, and then we've got the Six of Cups, and then it was the Five of Cups. Okay, 2 more cards to go. We've got the Lover's card. Okay. What is the Magician with the Lover's card here? And the Five of Wands. The career, money, finance. Okay, so we've got the Lovers, and then it was the Five of Wands, and then it was the Magician, and then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Last card out is the World. Okay, so Spirit, what is the clarifier for the World? Okay, I just pick one more here with the Page of Wands. What is the Page of Wands? Okay, that one I feel like I need to pull a lot. I'm not sure why, but okay. Okay, so we've got the World card, and then we've got the King of Pentacles, we've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Three of Wands, the Strength card, the Nine of Swords, and the Six of Swords, and then the Six of Wands. So, okay, so I will get into those cards. I'm just going to pause the video for a moment, and then I will go through each of the cards here in the group settings that we've got. Okay, Leo, so I have taken a look at the cards and just interpreted what I've seen here. So at a glance, as I mentioned earlier, it definitely looks like you're coming out of some kind of residual energy. For some of you, of course, this could be a difficult time in this first 2 weeks here that you're still going through. Either way, I feel like there's overlapping energy anyway. So, but again, difficult time financially here as of late for you, or still carrying through for the first 2 weeks of June. In around your career for the month of June 1st to the 15th. Okay, so the Seven of Cups here, this speaks to having a lot of options, as well as it has a heavy energy, which I feel is very relevant to you for this month. You know, that there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of confusion. I feel that many of you are dealing with anxiety and that confusion with regards to your financial matters or a career path, because I feel that there has definitely been some kind of emotional upset around the home front with the clarifiers of the Queen of Cups. Definitely can represent a water sign here as well, but definitely a lot of emotion in this reading. So I feel like there's been some kind of loss, like I said, around a job. And maybe it's just destabilized the home front, and maybe this is your partner and somehow that's tied there. Or again, this can be just, you know, a little more neutral in that it's, you know, you just dealing with a lot of emotion. Maybe there was a toxic work situation, that you are ready to leave or that you have recently left. So depending on, what group I'm speaking to here, because I do feel that, again, there's going to be a little bit of flexibility on the time frame because some of you are just going through this energy, others are have just dealt with it. But either way, if you haven't already left the job, this seven, sorry, my kitty cat's making some noise here. Waking up from a dream. Anyway, if you haven't already left, this Seven of Cups leads me to believe that you're considering your options here. So because there's that sense of powerlessness, I feel that's coming in here, and something deeper that you're unable to see as well, with that Seven of Cups. But again, still around the home front, all of that energy, but there's definitely a transformation. So I feel like your energy is that you don't feel secure. I feel that there's things that you're not able to see. Maybe there's a lot of talk or gossip or something on the work front there, but there's an unfocused energy, an emotional feeling of overwhelm, scattered. Some of you may be, as I say, daydreaming, fantasizing about where you see yourself, or what are the things, what are your options, what do you think you would be good at or want to do, but you're just feeling like you have to choose. Some of you will feel like you have to choose between love, money, and security, or that there's going to have to be some kind of sacrifice or loss around your stability, with that Four of Wands. Maybe you're having to move for a job, something like that, but there's definitely a destabilizing energy around that home front, or things that you consider stability. So that's the first cards out here. I'm just going to remove those for the sake of space. And the next set of cards out were the Five of Pentacles and, of course, the clarifiers that follow. So again, I also just want to make mention that, again, I feel that a lot of you are dealing with some kind of a water sign, especially because there's a lot of water energy coming through with this reading. But the Queen of Cups, someone who's all about creature comforts, very understanding, nurturing person, somebody who's really heart-based, heart-led, kind of soul, very intuitive person is coming through here as well. So if you're dealing with that kind of person, then that's just somebody who may be where there's an element of concern because it's closer to your home front. But for others of you, this is dealing with a lot of emotion that that you're having to rely on your intuition to sort of pull you through. So, but either way, as the Queen of Cups is someone who is dealing with, more concerned with their connections than with their practical financial stats or books. So again, I feel someone who is emotionally available and unconditional may be a part of the reading here, but I also feel someone is confused about their feelings as well and unsure about some kind of relationship, and somehow that's affecting the finances. But I'm just going to throw this out there as well, but it could be a codependent relationship or a person who is more romantic, needy, artistic. Could even be more of a creative writer energy that's coming through here too, and also a sense of a social media person could be around that Four of Wands energy, but there's kind of an expansive energy or quality around that as well. But definitely there is some kind of decision needing to be made here because there's a feeling of lack. You've also got the King of Swords here as well. So I feel like you're getting some clarity this month. I'm not saying it's all being resolved in the month of June, especially in the first 2 weeks. Clearly, this is a lot of intense energy, a lot of emotion. So this is going to be a carrying on, I suspect, even into July. But you're dealing with the biggest portion of this. I feel it's just starting the first 2 weeks that you're dealing with it, and then probably the throes of it will really hit more so in the second week, or the last 2 weeks of June. But either way, again, dealing with some kind of a water energy, romantic, artistic, creative kind of person, definitely feels like a decision needs to be made here, enable for you to move ahead or transition into another career path, with that death energy, the death card. So I feel like it needs to be something that's more in line with your own passions, because there's so much emotional energy around this reading. So especially the first 2 weeks, so much intensity. I don't feel like it's going to be something that previous work that you were doing. I feel like there's a strong need or pull for you to express yourself in some way. And usually that's a creative sort of path, I would say. But there may have been some inconsistent progress here with something that you started. But either way, overly emotional situation can be or could have been blocking you from making a choice. And again, you could be dealing with King of Swords energy. There could be kind of a legal matter at hand here as well, because I do feel there's something around a partnership. For some of you, it could be a business partnership where there is some legal ramification there that's going on. But definitely it's going to be going in your favor here. We have the Ace of Cups, so there's something new. So for those of you that are putting out the resumes and you were looking for a job, this is at least a solid, opportunity for you to really get out there and do something you love to do. I don't know that it's going to be something that's incredibly lucrative here with that Ace of Cups. It feels to me like you're looking for something that's more, I want work that I enjoy to do. But you're definitely at a point where you're about to transform into a new cycle, and that change is coming in for sure this month. So it's not to say that you won't be making money down the road, but enable for you to transition, you need to just get yourself in a position where you're in a more positive, higher vibrating place. Because I feel like you've been really unhappy. So again, that Five of Pentacles is some kind of hardship or unemployment, possibly for some of you, job loss. But again, some of you may still be in the job and trying to figure out your options before there's a cut to the job market where you are or whatever. But there is that process of transitioning, deciding your next moves here for this month. So again, some of you are in the midst of change. Some of you are about to go through this change, but there's a sense of rejection or financial loss as well. Very likely around a broken contract for some of you, because there is definitely some kind of legal matter here, and it definitely feels like it's around a partnership. But for others, it could be, as I say, turning into a legal matter. At the very least, you're dealing with someone in an authority, which is that King of Swords. It's quite well-spoken, sharp, very intellectual kind of person. Definitely authoritative, can represent an organization as well, because we also have the Hierophant card coming through here as well. So again, this can be representing that you're having to deal with an organization, or that you have left an organization, and that because it's a clarifier, I just feel that many of you are dealing with an institution of some sort. So a formal organization or a lawyer or someone with a lot of responsibility. Could be a very emotionally distant or removed person, removed from their feelings with that King of Swords. It's not to say that they're unfeeling, but a lot of the time I feel that they have control of their feelings, or they appear to be in control of their feelings. So it is also, as I said, with that Ace of Cups energy here too, that's a clarifier for the Five of Pentacles. So it looks like there is that job opportunity that's coming in here, but I don't know whether or not you're going to take it, but it's certainly into consideration. And that's why the Seven of Cups, I think, is the leading energy here for the first 2 weeks. But it is, for those in business, this is a larger contract that really brings in a new project or an event where you're going to be very emotionally invested. Lots of emotion behind everything that's going on this month. So something you really wanted to do. It can represent a raise in a new job as well. But for me, it doesn't feel like you are right in the throes of grabbing that job. It feels like there's an opportunity that you're considering, and it may be through someone else that you're hearing about this job as well. But the Hierophant is that new level of commitment here as well. So where the stakes are raised, and for some of you, it could be teaching involved, or a level of higher learning, a deeper intuitive connection, more spiritual work. But as with an occupation that involves healing, that kind of thing. But there is a sense of stability coming through here. Not full-on security, but the door is opening here in that first 2 weeks. And it is about to bring in some more knowledge for you. There's going to be a better awareness. And again, for others of you, I don't know that you're accepting a position, but you're certainly considering where it is that you want to move into. So there's a great deal of discipline and order and control around you, whether this is coming in for you or it is controlling you and your decisions. And maybe that's why there is so much worry and concern. Okay, so the next card's out. As I mentioned, you definitely have a decision of some sort to make here with the Two of Swords. So, it could be two paths, two choices, narrowing down of options, a compromise that's having to be made to unblock something around your home base, security, or level of happiness. But either way, there's some kind of, I was surprised I didn't see the Hangman, but there's some kind of, I don't want to say fully blocked energy, but indecision for sure. So you have a lot of energies that are wrapping up this month. So especially in the first 2 weeks here, those energies are just starting to wrap up because you've got a lot of conclusions, nines, tens, world energy, all of that. So once you make this decision, and the death card, of course, you're going to be transitioning here fairly soon. I don't see a lot of pentacles this month. So as I said, I don't feel that your security is really happening just yet. You are just in the process of transitioning here, but you're just wrapping things up and you're looking for something that you can emotionally connect to. The King of Wands, and this again, it's on the home front here where you're having to make this decision or something around your happiness rather, that you consider stability for you. But we have the King of Wands here. And so again, lots of authority figures around you this month, but this can also be, bringing in some new inspiration, but I don't feel like it's a new inspiration as an Ace of Wands. I mean, this could be somebody that's coming in to give you some career advice. This could be somebody who is helping you to discover a talent or something, a career path that you never considered before. But it also has a feeling of you mastering something new. So again, you might have dabbled with something, but this is you starting to move into a place where you want to master it. So again, there's so many kings, queens, higher energy here, a lot of authority figures. So it feels like there's going to be some kind of discipline to whatever it is that you're doing. Again, could be dealing with an Aries here as well, but for many of you, I feel you've achieved a part of the dream or you're about to, move into something that's kind of, I don't want to say wish fulfillment, but certainly something that you feel is a part of your dream. In some way, you're getting an aspect of it this month. So you're discovering your potential or you're exploring your potential. You're taking on greater responsibility for this new choice. There's and as far as those that are in an entrepreneurial business, it feels like there is strong entrepreneurial energy coming through where you are moving, period, in that direction. So whether there was a job loss around a partner, it feels like you're more independent in starting out with this entrepreneurial venture. But again, if this is a person that is in your life, and it can represent you or it can be someone around you, but this is someone who likes a challenge and really goes after what they want. A lot of energy, a lot of charisma with this individual, a sense of bold, dramatic moves. However, on that note, because the Hierophant shows up here, I feel that the Hierophant sort of tempers down or dampens the energy, dilutes things a bit here. So the dramatics of the King, to me, certainly still feels independent, free thinker, visionary ideas, but just not all the bold moves in this month, just more along the lines of setting yourself apart. So we also have in the next set of cards here, the Tower. Okay, the Tower is the main energy here, so definitely a change for sure this month. You're about to change something related around your foundation or your stability, something you rely on. Ten of Swords follows. This was a painful end for you to make this change, or it feels like a painful closure and some kind of a hard change for you. But you are getting back out there because it's followed up with the Fool energy. So you're ready to try something new. There is definitely some remorse over the past here. So you're not just jumping in there because there's a lot of cards of nostalgia with the Six of Cups, and definitely, you're feeling a loss with the Five of Cups. So it's not something you were ready to make a change with. It's not an easy energy here. It feels like some real emotional upheaval for you, especially in this first 2 weeks of June that's coming through. And again, if you haven't already moved into this energy, but you'll make it through. and it will be for the best. I think what's going to happen first is there might be something else that you actually take down the road after this position, but this one serves to create some kind of foundation or develop a skill for you. And it puts you in a happier place, which helps to attract better things for you. So we also have the Lovers card as well. So romantic partnerships are kind of highlighted here as well, which are often tied to our finances. So this is a relationship that's had some challenges, could have been jealousy, over the other, in an employment situation as well. Um, but anyway, there's competition here. There's definitely constant battle, argument, and again, could have been around a partnership or a business that ended badly. But there is, and certainly there's some envy and jealousy, that kind of thing that's going on. Again, could be just in a work position here. But either way, it's ended badly, and there's some sense of drawing on resources. Maybe you've had to cash in, something to be able to, or reinvent yourself in some way, and um, to be able to get out of this situation. But with the Magician, you definitely have the skills, you definitely have the power, you definitely have the skill set. It's just that you have to, I feel like you're not quite aware of all of that yet, but you are drawing on your resources to reinvent that situation, which is followed up with the Queen of Pentacles. So that is, for some, a home-based business, but and that could even revolve around, maybe there were quarrels over the location. Maybe you had to move something from outside business into home business, and maybe there's quarrels on the home front. But however that resonates, there's something that's being expanded here anyway. So a strong intuitive guidance is coming in this month, definitely with the Magician energy and all of that. And with the cups, the Queen of Cups, but there's a lot of grounded ideas here as well, that you can really potentially work with. And certainly with the Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody, can be a person in your world that may be helping you out here too. But I feel for many of you, this is just you drawing on resources to be able to get yourself out of a situation. But anyway, as I say, could represent a person, nurturing, kind, family-oriented kind of person that could be a good support for some of you as well. So last card's out, last combination, and that was the World card with its clarifiers. So definitely reaching some kind of conclusion, decision, transformation. There's achievement with this card. So something that you wanted to go after is yours. There is at least the first inklings of that. There's happiness around this triumph because it is followed up. There is that Six of Wands that came out there, but you also have the King of Pentacles. So again, lots of energy around where this is headed, or if this is people around you, I feel like you're actually getting some good advice. So again, it looks like there's a new job for many of you, or new contract, something that's opening up. But if there was a dissolution around a partnership, you're winning out in this situation. So could be, again, a government position because of the Hierophant, higher learning, all of that that's coming through. But for many of you, I feel like you're operating with a lot more creative energy this month, certainly in the first 2 weeks, and enjoying what you're creating, but getting some good advice as well. And again, I feel like many of you are definitely surrounding yourself with these very authoritative people this month, business leaders, or you're listening to maybe podcasts of people that have gone before you and done what you have interest in, but definitely business leaders. And it could also be, moving into this position over time. But I feel like these are people around you for the most part. There's a lot of authoritative figures, but finances are about to improve. So even if you're not seeing anything in the first 2 weeks, things will start to open up here in the next 2 weeks. At least there's some promise there with the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands showing some kind of expansion. But again, with that three, creative energy, but could be a delay around things. There could even be a new partner coming in here as well that may be an investor of some sort, but you're about to set foot into some uncharted territory here. So again, for many of you, it feels like you've been dabbling in this area, but you've never really explored a talent long enough to know, its potential. So certainly with the Strength card, you've got some, you've got to draw on some courage here. You've got to, really look to endure is what I want to say here. So even though it's not necessarily a solid job offer that's coming through, there's definitely some options available to you, which might be a little unclear right now because of that Seven of Cups energy. But I suspect by the end of June, you'll probably start seeing something come forward. Even though I'm only doing this for the first 2 weeks, this does seem like it's more of a clarifying who you are, what you want, what makes you happy kind of feel. So there is opportunity to advance in some way and gain some footing with the Strength card. You're really overcoming some emotional challenges here. And again, there could be learning a whole new skill set. Although I don't feel like it's an entirely new skill set, I feel like you've dabbled with something, but it's never really been something, a talent that you can actually say you have achieved. But I feel that you're using one that you just, as I said, haven't really developed until now, is where you're starting to really think about it seriously. So where your emotions were getting the best of you, with that Nine of Swords energy, as well as the Six of Swords energy, I feel that you are actually starting to find your solutions. In that second week, you're not letting yourself be held back here. You're letting something go to advance forward. And there's a lot of cards here that kind of hinge on travel as well, with the Six of Swords and the World card. So, for some of you, you might be traveling for work, or maybe you just want to take a little bit of a break, just to clear your head. Doesn't have to be a huge journey, could be just a road trip or something fairly close to you. But there's a calming down of a situation here, after a period of heavy emotion and anxiety. And although it's not energy where you're entirely free of, negative thinking, stress, and anxiety, it is certainly moving in the direction of release, and there's a readiness to move on to new jobs, change course, and maybe even change house for some of you. But you can take some pride in knowing that you're actually able to move ahead. And I feel that you're doing it courageously. I feel that you're using, some real decisive, passionate passionate tools or markers, in that direction that better fits your independent nature. Again, some of you could be freelancing as well here, but I just feel like you're on a whole new path here. You've got the final card out as the Six of Wands, so you are definitely starting to feel your own, I don't want to say getting recognition here with this one, but you're definitely starting to feel your own level of energy or revitalization of a passionate new beginning here. So anyway, that's what I have for you, Leo, and it's a whole new path for you for the first 2 weeks, 1st to the 15th. You are definitely in the first stages of movement towards something grander that's opening up for you. So stay safe, keep moving forward, and we'll see you for the career, money, finance in the last 2 weeks of June.